Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do a full initial impressions on the recently announced Galaxy S20 family. So just a couple of hours ago, Samsung just announced three brand new devices, which is the S20, S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra. Yep, so this year we have three variants when we do not have E variant like the S10e, so all standard variants Plus and the Ultra. So yeah, we're gonna go and discuss about the design versus maybe the S10, or discuss about the specs as well, pricing, and also all the new features and whether you should upgrade to this S20 or not. So let us start with the S20 regular one. So this is the cheapest among the family. So we have 6.2-inch display here, the Quad HD resolution. So all three devices come with 120 Hz refresh rate, which is very nice. However, there's a catch. It's only up to 1080p. So if you use Quad HD, you will be at 60 Hz. So a bit disappointing there, but I hope maybe it can be tweaked in the future using a software update, hopefully. But anyway, that's what we got. So the camera on this thing, we got the I think the same 12 megapixel camera is over here, but the telephoto has been bumped up to 64 megapixels on the S20, and we have 3 times optical zoom here, and we also have the also the same ultra wide camera from last time. The big upgrade is the regular lens, the wide lens, which has I think it has a smaller pixel count, not mistaken, so you can get a more light. And yeah, so the RAM on this thing is 8 gigabytes, which is crazy, and we have a 4000 mAh battery. So these are all the key specs you have to know about the device. And yeah, so let's go through all the specs in detail here. So as I said, we have the new display, the 220 hertz resolution. You can see over here. The rest is pretty much the same compared to the S10. We do get One UI 2.0 out of the box with Android 10, which is nice, and we also get the Exynos version 990, and also, not mistaken, the Snapdragon 865, which is mostly targeted to US or Canada markets. So mostly other regions like in the Asian markets will get the Exynos variant. I'm not sure this is a sad thing, because I know most of you guys understand the Exynos variant on the S10 series wasn't that great. It was more power consumption and has higher battery drain compared to the Snapdragon variant, but we got this kind of thing again this year, so unfortunately we have to deal with the Exynos variant again. We have to see how it performs versus the A65. Other than that, we got the Mali G77 MP11 GPU if you're using the Exynos version, and we have the Adreno 650 on the Snapdragon version. So it does has an SD card slot. It's a hybrid slot, and we have UFS 3.0. It's nice. So we have the we have some new video as well. I mean, I think we can record 8K resolution, not mistaken, which is crazy. 8K resolution on a smartphone, freaking impressive. So yeah, that's one of the key features as well they're highlighting in the keynote. The selfie camera, pretty much unchanged, still 10 megapixels. And other than that, we do not have a 3.5mm jack, which is, I mean, it's already a goner on the Note 10 series, so it should be gone by now actually in the S20 family. And yeah, so I think pretty much the rest are pretty much the same. Okay, the battery is 4000 mAh battery, which is bumped up from the 3000 300 mAh battery on the S10, which is nice. We have fast charging, 25 watts. I hope they give us like 45 watts or something, but we didn't get that. And we have Qi wireless charging, which is the Samsung's fast charge 2.0. And we have come with 3 colors: cosmic gray, color blue, and cloud pink. So pricing, we'll discuss that later. So let's take a look at the pictures of the S20. So you can see the front looks pretty much like a Note 10, but it's more rounded off instead of squarish. We have a punch hole design here. They're calling it the Infinity O display, so same as the Note 10. We at the back here we have the camera cutout, so it looks a bit different versus the S10's one, which is vertical. This is a horizontal one. Samsung branding is down here now, so you can see we have the regular lens, the ultra wide lens, and the telephoto lens. We have the flash, So the buttons, you can see we have the volume up and down and the power button all at the right side now, no more on the left. So nothing on the left, not even the Bixby keys on the left, which is interesting. So you can see the camera bump, little bit of bump here, you can see. So this is the pink version, we have the gray one. Yeah, so three colors for the S20. And yeah, so this is the cheapest variant. So let us move on to the S20 Plus. So this one, this is the 5G version. So I'm not mistaken, all of the S20 Plus comes in 5G. The regular S20 doesn't have 5G, it's only 4G LTE. So yeah, the main differences between this and the normal one, obviously is the screen size is 6.7 inches. We have the same 120Hz display, same specs of the processor and GPU, same SD card slot. However, we have, not mistaken, let me just have a look here. Okay, this one only it says 128 GB internal storage, but on the S20 Plus looks like we got more choices here. We have the normal 128 GB, but it comes with 12 GB of RAM, and we have two 556 GB and 512 GB version as well, which is crazy. And yeah, so crazy. And the cameras, we have one extra camera, which is the depth sensor, or the time of flight sensor, which is a 0.3 megapixel sensor. And the rest is pretty much the same. We can record at 8K resolution, 10 megapixel selfie camera, all the same. Let me see what else is different. Yeah, the rest all the same. We got the on-display fingerprint scanner, ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. So the battery is bigger here. It's 4,500 mAh battery, so it's bumped up from the previous 4,100 mAh battery on the S10 Plus. So we have the same fast charging. We have the fast charging, wireless charging 2.0, and yeah, so we got same cosmic gray, cloud blue, and cosmic black. Oh, this one there's no pink. So pink is only on the regular S20, which is interesting. So we have yeah, cloud blue, oh, cosmic black, yeah, cosmic black, and a gray one. So yeah, the main differences, as you can see, is we have the 5G modem, we have the extra camera here, and we have a bigger screen and a bigger battery. So yeah, if you really pay more money, you can get a bigger screen, a bigger battery, and the 5G radio. Other than that, if you're not interested, you can just save your money and get the regular S20 if you're not interested in those things. Yeah, so we're done with the S20. So let us move on to the ultimate of the family, which is the S20 Ultra 5G. So this is Samsung's most expensive phone they have made for the S series. I can see. Yeah, so the S20 Ultra looks like it's going all out here in the specs. So obviously comes in 5G. Let's expand it. Yeah, we have all the bands of 5G here. I think the S20 Plus has all bands. Let me check. Yeah, we have the sub 6 and mm wave. So for the S20 Ultra, we also have the sub 6 and mm wave bands, which is nice. So good. And yep. And one of the biggest differences is obviously the screen size. So this is very big, 6.9 inches in the on the screen size, and we have let me see. Yeah, the same 120 Hz, the same specs, same processor, same GPU, and here is where things go crazy. we have like 128 GB of base storage, and we can go up to 256 GB and up to 512 GB with 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, this is even more than my laptop RAM. It's crazy on a smartphone. Anyway, let's move on. So the cameras here is very high end. We have a 108 megapixel camera here with f1.8 aperture, and we have the also the periscope lens. I think it's somewhere here. Let me show you so you can see the pictures. 48 megapixel periscope lens, 128 telephoto. It says here telephoto lens, but I don't know why. I think it's a periscope kind of lens. And yeah, this is the one with the 10 times optical zoom, which can zoom I think yeah, 100 times, which is crazy. That is digital zoom. And we have the regular 12 megapixel ultra wide, and we have the time of flight sensor. So yeah, this is pretty much the same as the one on the S20 Plus camera. Alright, let's move on. We got the 8K recording, same, and the selfie camera looks like we have, oh, let me see the picture. Interesting. It says here, the spec. It says here, do a 40 megapixel camera. Wow, that's crazy. So you have a 40 megapixel selfie camera, and we have, yeah, the rest is the same. The recording, 4K recording at 60 frames and 1080p. Yeah, so pretty crazy. I mean, this phone is really, if you want to buy the best phone from them, this is the phone to get. And we have the no headphone jack as well, so yeah, we can say goodbye to the headphone jack. Ultrasonic film scanner, looks like all the other same things. And look at the battery, this is the biggest among all 5000 mAh battery, should last you easily through the day. And we have the 45 watt capable charging speeds, but in the box you only get the 25 watt charger, which is sad. I wish they bundled a 45 watt charger. I don't know why they skipped that, because this phone is so expensive. I mean, they should give it. Anyway, the rest is all the same. We have the wireless fast charging 2.0, which is nice, and we have it in two colors, which is the cosmic gray and the cosmic black. You can see earlier I showed you. So this is the cosmic black and this is cosmic gray. So nothing, no big fancy colors, just a black one and a gray one. As you can see, this is the periscope lens I'm talking about, which is zoom 100 times, which is crazy. Yeah, these are all the lenses, and the module on this thing, you see, is pretty complex and big, and protruding out also pretty big as well. You see the protruding of the lens is very big, so you put it on the surface, it might wobble a bit. Time will tell if it gets damaged or not, but we'll see. Anyway, all the buttons I move to the right is similar as the S20 Plus and S20. You can see in this color as well. So yeah, these are the design, and there's the punch hole camera there. So yeah, guys, that is all the specs of the S20 family. And yeah, so let's talk about the price. So the price on the regular S20 is around 999 US dollars, which is equivalent to around 3,599 ringgit in Malaysia. And for the S20 Plus, it's around 1,199 US dollars, which is equivalent to 3,999 ringgit, which is close to 4,000 ringgit for this variant. And finally, the Ultra variant, you're gonna pay 1,399 US dollars for this one. And in Malaysia, it's 5,000 ringgit, which is crazy for a smartphone. So yeah, uh, in conclusion, should you buy the S20, S20 Plus, or the S20 Ultra? So you have to ask yourself: are you going to be paying that much money just for these upgrades? So you're gonna get the better screen refresh rate. You're gonna get a better camera, a bump in specs. The CPU and GPU is better. Battery is bigger. Is that worth the asking price? So you have to ask yourself that. For me, I'm using the Galaxy S10, and I think it's not worth it for me, because I think my camera is pretty good still. I don't need that crazy camera from the S20 Ultra. I think the S10 is still pretty good by even today. You can get the S20, S10, I mean S10, S10 Plus for a pretty good discount if you can find one once the S20 launches. So I recommend don't buy the S20 series if you are currently using the S20 family. So yeah, just stick with your S10 for maybe another year, maybe for the S30 or something, because it's not worth it to pay so much money for this kind of upgrades, unless they give you very big upgrades, like maybe a crazy amount of battery or fast charger or something like that, a better fast charger. But it seems they're skipping out on things here, so yeah, I don't think it's worth it if you're coming from S10. Anyway, so let's move on. If you're coming from a Galaxy S9 or even an S8, then you can consider getting the S20, because the S20, the camera on this thing is crazy good. It's way better than the S8 or S9, because the S8 I think only has a single camera, and this one has at least triple or quad cameras on it. So if you're coming from the S8, it's a very big upgrade, and you're also getting a bump in battery life, and also the screen, and you're getting a 5G modem if you get the S20 Plus, so, and better specs. So if you're coming from the S8, I can recommend this device. If you're coming from S9, maybe you can go with the S20 still, if you think it's worth it. But for me, I think if you're coming from S8, or older, maybe S7 or S6, anything older than S8 basically, you can go ahead and buy the S20 family. You can choose any of these, see which one you find it suits your needs. So yeah, so I think it's a worthy upgrade for coming from S8 family. So yeah, that's my conclusion. So if you're coming from an S8 family, you should upgrade because it's a pretty big upgrade for you guys. But if you're coming from like an S10 or maybe an S9, I don't think you should upgrade. I don't think it's worth it. The asking price, because it's just very expensive. Or maybe you can just save money and get the older S10. It's cheaper. So yeah, guys, that's my initial impressions on the S20, S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra. So yeah, I watched the keynote already, and yeah, obviously you guys know that everything was, most of the thing that leaked out was pretty accurate and true. So whenever I watched on the keynote, I already knew what is going to be presented. But anyway, we're just having fun to watch it, just to see what they're gonna present. But yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of that, they also announced the Galaxy Z Flip, which I won't be discussing this video. I'll be discussing that in another video and give you guys my impressions on it, on that new foldable device. Yeah, so that will be done in another video. But for now, we're just gonna be talking about the S20, and yeah, this is my initial impressions. What do you guys think of this device, the S20? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.